Greetings, Pilgrims. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. In the last episode, we were able to find the engineer, and Iger and Wretch had a little chat, and now we're heading back to the Cruise Bazaar. The U-Bahn whisk you back toward the Cruise Bazaar, Iger standing by your side. The image of the engineer's body disintegrating in flame replays itself over and over in your mind. The bright flash, the shower of sparks, the overpowering stench of sizzling meat. A blue-green afterimage hangs suspended in the center of your field of vision, and it refuses to be blinked away. From what Iger told you, the engineer was a menace, an international criminal at the top of his game. As you watched, he was consumed from within by a device that marked him as disposable. The rattle of your U-Bahn car coming to a halt shakes you from your reverie. You're home. I'll have to see what the aftermath with Iger is, because we just took care of a big monkey off of her back. And then we have to take care of the quest for glory. Well, I'm heading up that dark stairwell. There we go. Gain 2 karma. Take the van to Haro's compound. Okay, that's for glory. We have 3 karma. Nothing really to do there. So, raise 55, take the van. Okay, I guess the van is elsewhere. Let's check and see if we have any upgrades to our gear. Because I notice after quests, some of this stuff tends to upgrade. No, not the case. And do we have any medkits? Oh, I need a medkit. So let's run back to the doctors. Actually, we could also go by the doctors and see if there's any more cybernetics that we want to buy. Because to tell you the God's honest truth, that injection saved our bacon when we were trying to chase down the engineer earlier. So, okay, there's Zack Flash. Here we go. And where are we here? Okay, I thought we couldn't talk to the doctor. Medical supplies. Let's get... We can carry 5 things, right? So I normally carry the 2 trauma kits and the hyper. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sell that one, that trauma kit. And we will just grab ourselves more advanced medkits. There we go. Confirm, which makes our equipment much... Oh. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how we want it. Cool. We don't have any notices that we need to level up our guys. That might change here pretty soon. So let's go ahead and talk to Glory and let her know that we are ready to jump in the van and take care of a cult. Gonna get all witch hunter. That's probably a bad choice of words. We're gonna get all... I wouldn't say inquisitor either, because that's almost as bad. It's called all holy warrior, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, glory, glory. We are ready to go. Hit me up after the run. Oh, okay. Well is... Trying to figure out where the van is. Access, Monica, check the status of the... Oh, we have an unread message. Let's check that real quick. Regard, rotten hell. The screen flickers to life and Heinrich's face appears. He looks pale and haggard and his eyes are rimmed with red. Well, you really screwed us. I hope you're happy about that. Now after your little party at the Azzy compound, the whole district was crawling with knight errant. And who do you think they came to see? You guessed it, Drexel. They came to us, just like we said they would. Danny's dead, Mira's a wreck, and we need to keep moving just to stay alive, all thanks to you. I hope you rot in hell. Ugh. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. Well, that's unfortunate. But, just to be honest, we can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Okay, here's where the van is. Haven't been this way in a while. Guess we're trying to be subtle, hide from the team. So we're not taking the U-Bahn. Okay, Glory, you're good. You have a res kit, I have a res kit. And you've got your customized Guardian, your claws. I wonder if we should really start upgrading... Upgrading Iger's stuff. Or not Iger, Glory's stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens after this run. You're about to travel to Harrow's compound. Continue? Indeed. And this should take care, I believe, unless someone corrects me in the comments, and if there is, please let me know. I think that's it for the side quest before we continue with the main storyline. Feuerstel. The drive from the Cruise Bazaar to the Schonbach Forest was a long one. For over 6 hours, you and Glory rode in relative silence with only the sounds of the road for company. Does no one believe in, like, radios anymore? Now you find yourself crouching in the woods, watching and waiting. Off in the distance, the rustic exterior of Feuerstel looks curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually, a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and rolls out along a service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives you a nod and begins to scramble forward. Harrow has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. Okay, all's good on this end. All good for Glory. Oh, okay. Those are her natural weapons. We can't change those. Now, this should be interesting. I know we have karma available, but not enough. The weathered edifice of Feuerstel looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night air. Despite the horrifying sounds that Glory told you about horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it? The lure of this place? Glory gestures with a limb of chrome and steel. When I was a kid, when I was whole, the pool was irresistible. Yeah, I can feel it. It's almost pleasant. It's meant to be. That's how it gets to you. It worms its way inside of you, changes you, and you don't even realize what's happening until it's too late. She looks at you, and her eyes are dark. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet but steady. You're going to see some terrible things here, Wretch. Feuerstel exists to prey on the young, and we're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure you're prepared for this? Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm solid. She studies your face for a moment longer, then looks away. Good. You want to compare notes and make sure that we're both on the same page? That background music, or that background sound is freaky. She nods. We take Harrow out of commission. You were right when you said we couldn't afford to let him live. Even if we completely destroyed this place, it'd all be for nothing if he got away. He'd just start another cult somewhere else. Well, this is your run, Glory. I'm just here to help you see it through. So what do we do first? We make our way inside and take out the shrine that Harrow uses as his power focus. We can't touch him while that thing is standing, but after we bring it down, he'll be vulnerable. Alright, tell me about this shrine. It's a lump of rock about as tall as I am, inscribed with runes and encrusted with bone. The shrine's power comes from an entity that Harrow bound into the stone, something very old and very dangerous, a toxic spirit. In many ways, it's the heart of this place. We can't touch Harrow while the shrine is intact. If we try, he'll siphon enough power from it to slaughter us where we stand. But if we confront the shrine and kill the spirit, the astral backlash from its death will cripple him. All we'll have to do is finish him off. I figured we'd be doing these kind of quests with Dietrich, not Glory. Alright, I want to hash out a few more details before we head inside. That makes sense. If you have any questions, it'd be best if you ask them now. So we make our way to the shrine, and then what? Take it out with explosives? Breaking the rock won't work. We'll have to take on the spirit directly, track it where it lives, and kill it. She pats the satchel that hangs from her shoulder. I brought what we'll need to do that. I can't tell you exactly how this is going to go down, Wretch. The spirits itself will have a good deal of control over that. But you better prepare yourself, because I think this is going to be one hell of a fight. I like that. What about the other cultists? We'll save any that we can, but the energy released when the spirit dies will hurt them too. Anyone whose mind it touched will take a hit. Doesn't that mean the backlash will hit us too? You've only just arrived. The spirit hasn't had a chance to worm its way into your aura yet. You might black out for a minute or two, but otherwise you should be fine. As for me, well, like I said, this place can't touch me anymore. Sounds like this is our best shot then. It is. Well, I think I know everything that I need to. Let's get moving. She nods and the razors flick out of her fingertips. I'm with you. Let's do it. So, let's look over here. Okay, all we can do is just go straight into the doorway. It does, it looks very pleasant, like a nice little mountain home. Leads you with its false sense of security, and then next thing you know... Hello? Knock, knock. We're like gun-toting Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's check this. The doorway shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle, then feel heavy. The closer that you get to the doorway, the more of a struggle it is to continue moving forward. It feels as though the strength is being siphoned from your body. Yeah, let's step back since we don't have willpower. As you step away from the door, the crawling sensation gradually recedes. A moment later, the strength returns to your limbs. Glory stares into the light, frowning. The shrine room is through here, but this barrier wasn't here before. Haro must have warded the doorway after I ran. Well, how do we get through? The ward is like a lock. There must be a key. Back when I helped Haro run this place, he and I were the only ones allowed in the shrine room, so we look for whoever has taken my place, and that's where the key will be. How will we know who that is? It'll be a girl. Haro would never take a male as his second. He wouldn't want the competition. And her hair will be fire red. It's a sort of insignia of rank within the cult. A girl with red hair. Got it. And I have a horrible feeling I know who that girl with red hair is going to be. There's going to be some interesting character development for Glory here. You can hear a distant murmuring sound coming from inside the room. Voices. 3, maybe 4 people, all talking amongst themselves. You can't make out what they're saying, but one of the voices sounds desperate. You've heard the tone before. It's the sound of a man pleading for his life. We should keep moving. Whatever's going on in there, we don't want to get involved. One of the cultists in there could have the key that we need. Maybe, but that's a big if. I guarantee you that if we open that door, they're going to attack us, key or no, and then we'll have no choice but to kill them. I'm here to kill Haro, not the poor blind fools who follow him. They'll get hurt when the shrine goes down, but I don't want to kill them unless we absolutely have to. At the very least, we should search through the rest of the compound first. Alright, Glory, you win. Let's search the rest of the compound, and then head back here. Hopefully that person is still alive. Nice piano there. You hear voices speaking in low tones through the wood of the door. You can't make out the words, but regular choruses of rough laughter tell you that the people on the other side are enjoying themselves. Those voices belong to Haro's acolytes. They'll have some magical training, and they like hurting people. You open that door and we're going to have a fight on our hands. We're looking for a key to get past that warded door. Could the girl who has it be in here? There's a pause before she responds. Yes, it's a definite possibility. When I was Haro's second, I practically lived in that room. Well, what is it? A dorm or a lounge or something? Her mouth tightens. Yes, you could call it that. A special place for Haro's inner circle, the acolytes and the bait girls and Haro's wives. Marta and I used to spend a lot of time in there. Alright, let's keep moving. We know what's in there. Just gotta search all these places. Oh. Alright, the garage. Glory pauses at the side of the van. She traces the side of it with a claw. I remember cruising the back alleys of Tübingen looking for girls in need of help. The bait girls, Marta and the others like her, would offer them money or food or drugs or sex, whatever it took to get them into the van, and once they piled in, Haro and I would be waiting to greet them. I remember so many nights like that. She frowns. I remember how much I used to enjoy it. Coming back here shows integrity, Glory. Most runners that I know wouldn't have done what you're doing tonight. Left to my own devices, I probably wouldn't have. You pushed me to do this, so find some semblance of redemption. Or to find some semblance of redemption. I owe you for that. You don't owe me anything. She shrugs. Tell yourself whatever you like. We both know the truth. Come on, let's get moving. Let's look over here. Okay, nothing. I'm looking for something to deck into. Is this another... This is the Initiate's dormitory. The new arrivals are brought here. There's still hope for these kids, Wretch. Haro hasn't had a chance to ruin them yet. Good to know. We'll try to get them out of heat. Glory raises a hand, suddenly alert. Wait, listen. Movement in the other room. You strain your ears to listen. Soft voices from inside of the room come drifting out of a nearby vent. You hear a woman's voice. The sound is crisp and smooth and sweet, and it instantly puts you at ease. Calm now, dear. It's probably nothing. No need to worry yourself. We're so far off the beaten track, we don't get a lot of visitors. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see Glory's back stiffen. She flinches as though she's been stung. Marta. Another voice, high-pitched and pleading, an adolescent boy. But what if it is someone? What if the bad people have found us? What if they followed me here and they've come to... The female voice cuts in, soft and comforting. Well, then we'll send them away. You're perfectly safe here. You have to believe that. Don't worry, dear heart. Haro won't let anyone hurt you. Not here, in this place. Not ever again. You hear another boy's voice. This one is deeper. Are you certain, Marta? Positive. Be calm, all of you. As long as you're here with us, nothing bad will ever happen to you. It's her, the girl who lured you here. She gives a curt nod. That's right, Marta, the bait that Haro used to draw me to this place. So, what do you want to do? Glory pauses, grits her teeth. Finally, she spits out an answer. If she's still here, we'll be Haro's number one. Or she'll be Haro's number one, my old position. He had his way with all of us, but he was always sweet on Marta. That means that she'll have a key to the shrine room. In that case, we're going to have to find a way to get it away from her. Yes, but not here, and not now. Those kids in there, they'd all die for her. They already love her. That's what she does. We can't risk confronting her in that room. If the situation turns ugly, any one of those kids will happily eat a bullet for her. That's not what I came here to do. No, it isn't, but we came here to kill Haro, and she's in the way of us doing that. Yes, she is, but we deal with her later. I won't hurt any more kids voluntarily. Marta's voice floats back out through the vent. Hush now, boys, and get some rest. You've got a big day tomorrow, the biggest day of your lives. You get to meet Haro. I promise you, after you speak with him, you'll see the whole world in a different way. A better way. The adolescent voice trembles out a response. All right, Marta. Have a good night. A lovely musical laugh pours out through the vent. You too, dear heart. All of you. You hear the distant sound of a door sliding shut. Glory takes a deep breath and releases it. The coast is clear. We can handle the initiates. They're just a bunch of scared kids. Without Marta there to egg them on, they won't try anything. Okay, we'll step away. Gotta keep being subtle about this. Hoop. Okay. Medicine cabinet. What goodies do we have in here? We'll send that to the stash. How about this door? Okay, the washroom. And there's the front. Okay, we haven't checked these ones yet. Have two more doors in here. Ooh, what a nice kitchen. Check the refrigerator for grub. You open the refrigerator door. A whiff of ammonia sticks in your nostrils. Watery light glints off the door's polished interior. The fridge is stacked full of large plastic bins, all tightly sealed and neatly labeled. It's hard to tell through the opaque plastic, but they appear to be full of meat. Let's inspect the containers. You pop the lid off a container to take a closer look. The first thing that hits you is the smell. The meat in here is beyond rancid. White mold frosts the side of the bin, and it's all that you can do to keep from gagging. Ugh. As you rush to put the lid back on, you recognize a familiar shape in the rotten meat, a mangled human hand. What the hell is this, Glory? Glory's voice is flat. Ritual supplies. The adversary prefers them aged. Haro teaches all the initiates how to do it, how to harvest the meat, how to store it, how to label it. Nobody likes doing it at first, but you learn. By the end, it doesn't even bother you anymore. I get the picture. I warned you that you'd see things here you didn't want to in here. Or see things you didn't want to in here. No, you weren't lying. She turns away from you. Come on, let's keep moving. Still not gonna, not passing judgment on Glory. Let's try this door. Ooh. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Harrow's secret snack chamber. This appears to be a standard terminal. A login prompt glows on the screen. Decking 5. It looks as though this terminal is used exclusively for financial transactions. After a bit of digging, you find a list of payoffs to local law enforcement, paid by Harrow, no doubt, to ensure that the police look the other way. Nice. We'll get some excellent pay data for that, I imagine. The ostentatiously large tome sits cradled on the pedestal. The paper is robust and fibrous, and the binding has been expertly stitched. A steel plate running along the book's spine anchors it to the pedestal. Glory stares down at it, frowning. Harrow's manifesto, the handcrafted line of bull that he feeds to his initiates. We all ate it up with a smile and came away convinced that he was a genius. She leaves through the pages with an articulated finger. Looks like he expanded over the last few years. It's at least twice as thick as it was when I lived here. Maybe there's something in there we can use. I wouldn't want to hang around long enough to find out. This is Harrow's personal library. He used to experiment in here. There were dangerous things in here, Wretch. Sick things. I was never allowed in this room without Harrow. Nobody was. He said that it was for our safety, and I think that he was telling the truth. She pauses. I feel uneasy being in here. I don't want to stay any longer than we have to. Yeah. I'm with you there. We can't afford to waste time here anyway. We should keep moving. Agreed. Come on, let's go. This is her job, so I'm gonna be nice and cozy here. Now, instead of busting into those other places, we know that she's in here with the kids. Let's open the door. Hello there, kiddies. The initiate closest to the door whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step backward in alarm and then opens his mouth to cry for help. You don't want to do that. Glory looks deep into the initiate's eyes, transfixing him. We're not here to hurt you. We're friends of Harrow's. Don't bother calling Marta out here. We're just going in there to have a word with her. The initiate eyes you nervously. His gaze flits to Glory, then falls to her cyber limbs, and he swallows. Yeah, okay. He takes a step back. You do that. Thank you, guys. And what about you, female initiate, who I can talk to, apparently? The initiate by the door is staring at Glory's limbs, her eyes wide. She's a mousy little thing, probably somewhere in the vicinity of 17 years old, with purple contact lenses and a shock of blue hair. She glances up at Glory, blinking. You used to live here, didn't you? I've seen your picture before. Glory's expression remains neutral. Really? I think so. I didn't look at it long, but it was in a room that I wasn't supposed to be in, but I'm pretty sure that it was you. It probably was. You're right. I did live here, a long time ago. I was like you back then, scared kid, brought here by Marta for a chance at a new life. I like Marta. She's so nice. I always feel safe when I'm with her. Most adults aren't like that. They either don't notice you or they do it for the wrong reasons. But Marta, she cares about us. There's a long pause, and then the initiate looks to you. Screwing up her courage, she speaks. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, shoot. Well, I overheard Marta talking with Mr. Harrow yesterday. I think that they were talking about our meeting with him, the one that Marta was just telling us about, where we'll see the world in a different way. Go on. Well, I couldn't really hear the whole conversation. It was all muffled, but what I could hear was kind of weird. Mr. Harrow said some stuff about a shrine, and then it sounded like he changed the subject because he started talking about dinner. Something about chopping up meat. Well, Marta got real upset, said they're too new, they're not ready, make the older ones do it, stuff like that. But then Mr. Harrow said some other things, and then she calmed down again. When she left, she was smiling. And so I was just wondering, do you know what they were talking about? I want to make sure that Marta is okay, but I can't ask about it because I don't want her to find out that I was eavesdropping. I think that I know what Haro has planned for you. You ever opened the fridge in the other room? No? Why? Is that where we're going to make dinner? Glory cuts in. Her voice is gentle. I wouldn't worry about it. We'll make sure that Marta is okay. Alright, but don't tell her that I told you. Please? Don't worry, we won't. How long have you been here, by the way? Almost a week. She shuffles her feet. Eventually she looks up with a small smile. It's wonderful. Of course it is. So much nicer than living on the street, isn't it? Glory's face is kind, but her tone is one of incredible sorrow. You be good, sweetie. Don't you worry. We'll take good care of Marta. The girl smiles sheepishly and steps back. As you pass by her on the way to the door, Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. It's like I thought. Things have changed in the past few years. How so? Back when I lived here, Haro would never let such a fresh convert prepare a sacrifice. He'd wait until she was in so deep, until she felt so indebted to him that she couldn't turn tail and run. It was a rule. You let newcomers get settled for a month, maybe 2, before teaching them the more unsavory aspects of cult life. Even then, you'd start them off slow. Their first lessons would use pork or chicken, never human meat. That didn't come until much later. Indoctrinating a new recruit after a week is risky as hell, but he never would have done it when I lived here. The shrine. He's using it to brainwash the initiates faster than he used to. She nods. That's what I'm thinking. Haro's getting lazy, letting his captive spirit do the hefty lifting for him. So what does that mean for us? I'm still working on that, but I don't think that the shrine is just a tool for Haro anymore. I think that he relies on it. He's using it as a crutch. She cocks her head slightly, a thoughtful expression on her face. I think that he's let himself become dependent on the damn thing. Good. If the bastard is going soft, it should be that much easier for us to take him down. She nods, a fierce look in her eye. On that, we're agreed. And here's the door to take us to Marta and finish this quest off. And we will do that in the next episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked the video, go ahead and click like down below. Subscribe to the channel or leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.